Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. Okay. If there's anything you want me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And Six of Wands. Very good. Wonderful, victorious energy, right? This is pride. There's a lot of pride going on right now. A lot of accomplishments, I think. Let's put this into some context and see what else is going on. There's that adjustment card again, a Nine of Wands. We've got the Princess of Cups, a Five of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Wow, this is pretty nice already. Right, with the sixes, a Ten of Cups, Two of Swords. Okay, there's some decisions to make. And maybe some compromising that has to be done. Sure, it's possible. Right? Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. I feel like, okay, this is a reading for the new year, right, for 2024. And I feel like it's really going to be a good year for you. This is my third reading of the day. Here's the mystery card. We're going to put little Bob Ross right on top. My third reading for the day. And in every reading, we've gotten a lot of sixes, right? Because I think that there's this idea of a few months down the road, right? It gives me a time frame, kind of like 6 months is really what we're looking at here. But I think as the year progresses, I think we're going to see a lot of success. We're going to see a lot of challenges being overcome. We're going to get a lot of victories here. You're getting a lot of wins, right? A lot of wins. The mystery card, that is going to wait until the end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need. All right. If you get a feeling about that card, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. Let's make it a group effort, right? An exercise in intuition. All right, let's get started here. We've got major and major, right? Sometimes the best negotiation is to, sometimes we have to yield, okay? Sometimes we have to understand that what might not look like a win right now is going to be a win in the long run. Alternatively, we have to see that if we're looking to just make these short-term gains to kind of win the battle right now, we're going to lose the war. This reminds me of The Gilded Age. My wife and I watched that show. And Robert Russell, who's the big kind of railroad tycoon and one of the main characters, was negotiating with the unions, and he gave in. He gave them what they wanted, right? And everybody is up in arms, outraged. How could you give in to the unions, to their demands, you know? But he had a strategy, and his strategy was that in a few months, things would change, and, well, in the end, he would end up winning, right? And I kind of see, I see a little bit of that energy in this reading with the sixes here and this Hanged Man at the end. So it feels to me like there's something going on with you, and this could be a business thing, it could be with friends, family, could be with a spouse or just a coworker, I don't know. I almost feel like you're kind of in this negotiation right now. And I wonder if in order to ensure long-term success, right? Nice Six of Pentacles, right? Material success. Maybe we have to understand that too much focus on the immediate goals, getting what I want right now, maybe is going to really be not the best thing for us in the long run, right? We're looking at long-term success. We're looking at 6 months down the road. You want to be successful. You want your finances to be in order. You want to have a lot of harmony in your life, a lot of success. So maybe we do have to understand the sacrifice of the immediate kind of short-term goals, short-term gains, in order for the long-term, picture to take shape. Okay. Well, let's start with the Six of Wands here. This is a lot of wins. Yeah, a lot of wins. I think that it's going to be a very successful year for you, but I don't want you to lose sight of the bigger picture here. I don't want all of these wins to turn into suffering and sacrifice later. Okay? And I think that's implicit in this card, the Six of Wands. Jupiter in Leo. We have this expansive pride, right? This sometimes can be an ego expansion. The more we're winning, right? It's in any kind of a competition or a contest or a game. Think of baseball, right? Get a lot of hits, scoring a lot of runs, making a lot of good plays. Doesn't mean the team's going to win, right? We're not looking at the bigger picture here. We're trying to enjoy these moments of excitement and pride and adrenaline and accomplishment and victory. Let's keep it in context. That's all I'm saying. Not saying let's not enjoy these small wins, but let's put them in the context of the bigger picture. Let's not get too wrapped up in this immediate gratification. All of these little wins that feel good, they do, right? Let's make sure that they're going to continue to feel good. Let's make sure that we're bringing the whole team with us, And I think every card has light and shadow, right? And I would be remiss if I didn't at least mention that shadow side, because as things really improve, as you start to see a lot of these little wins and then bigger and bigger wins coming into your life, it's easy to get wrapped up in those. Let's keep the bigger picture. Let's keep the whole team in mind. Okay? It's going to get that good. I mean, this is a pretty good problem to have, right? And we see that the idea of teamwork here in the adjustment card. We have to adjust ourselves, right? We have to try to maintain poise and equilibrium and balance and enjoy things, yeah, for sure. But let's be aware of the relative importance of things. All of these little wins, yeah, they're great. Let's think of bigger picture. Yeah. Let's make it something sustainable. This is the idea of, I want large, extravagant, expensive meals right now, but I'm not thinking about how I could be spending that money a little bit wiser to kind of ensure more long-term success, right? Feels good right now. Let's have some lavish meals. Let's rent a nice car or something. Maybe we tighten that up right now. Maybe we find a little bit more balance in that so that we can also think about the long term. We can do both, right? We can do both. Because I see there's a lot of that kind of going on here. We've got this water, right? And then we've got, obviously, the earth. We got more water here, water up here. Well, there's a lot of water going on here, right? We've got a bit of fire, for sure. We have a little bit of air, and this is us trying to balance the checkbook, but balance the lifestyle, right? Balance our decisions, balance our perceptions of things. It's not, you either enjoy what you have in the moment or you enjoy what you're building later. It doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be one extreme or the other. So the Two of Swords is asking us to kind of transcend that idea. You can enjoy your life now. You can celebrate your wins, your victories, your gains. And you can also invest in the future. This is your future self here, the Queen of Pentacles. And this is the energy. This is your future self, let's say in 6 or 8 months. And you're looking back at right now, and you're thinking, I made the right moves. I enjoyed my life, but I also saved some money, saved some energy. I maintained a little bit of balance and self-control, right? And you're going to be happy that you did. But this is the difficult thing. We have to see where we want to be, who we want to be in 6 months from now. And think, okay, what can I do right now so that I'm more likely to get there in 6 months? All right. I think 2024 is really going to be your year. And the Six of Wands, now this feels like a financial kind of business or career thing. It doesn't have to be, right? But I think you're going to have a lot of triumphs. A lot of things are going to go your way. You're going to overcome a lot. And you're going to realize, I think, Princess of Cups, that you're accomplishing your dreams. That everything you've ever wanted, it's almost as if all of your desires now are really possible. Now there's this idea that you can fulfill all of the desires that you've ever had. Well, we've got to be smart. We've got to judge those. Are those desires worth filling? Or are they going to lead to suffering at the end? Right? Hanged Man. So just because we have the means, we're gaining the means to fulfill nearly every desire you've ever had, right? Doesn't mean that we should. Okay? Because the Princess of Cups is the desires, is the dreams, is the fantasy, just wants to be wrapped up in this emotion and this. It feels really good, right? It especially feels good to know that now you've got the means to pursue these things, to satisfy these desires, to manifest these dreams. Doesn't mean that we should. And I think that's why we've got a Five of Cups up here at the top too. Okay. The Five of Cups is kind of like we don't want to go without. We don't want to sacrifice. We don't want to feel disappointed. We don't want to feel as if we're not fulfilling our desires, right? There's this kind of an awareness of disappointment. And we don't want that. Especially with the Princess of Cups doesn't want disappointment, doesn't want to go without fulfilling any of those desires. But I think this adjustment card has to make the difficult decisions. We have to understand what the consequences are of the consequences of our actions right now in the present moment. And this, the Queen of Pentacles, is the consequences. 6 months from now, this is who you're going to be, and it all depends on the choices you make now. Kind of a karma thing here. We want to be this. We want to be successful, but also balanced and harmonious and happy, right? We've got a Ten of Cups down here too. And to me, the Ten of Cups is kind of reflecting on all of this and saying, wow, I can fulfill every single desire. The Ten of Cups is every single desire has been gratified, satisfied, right? Satiated. It's not always a good thing. Just because you're at the buffet doesn't mean you have to eat everything, all of everything, right? All of your favorite foods are there. Doesn't mean you have to eat every single one. You're not going to feel good at the end, right? And in fact, we even have some indication here that there might be some kind of digestive issues going on with you. I feel like digestion is kind of a big thing for you, especially with the water energy and the Hanged Man energy. Maybe we are prone to some digestive trouble, and I think that's a good reminder, just in general, right, that we need to be discerning. Not just physical food, not just physical digestive issues, but spiritually too, energetically. We don't need to satisfy every desire. We don't need to take in all of the energy that we've ever wanted. We're going to get a spiritual tummy ache, The Nine of Wands underneath everything. This is the strength that you have to to control this. It really is a matter of willpower. It's easy to get carried away with the six of wands here, especially if maybe we grew up we grew up in maybe a strict household where we weren't given everything that we wanted. And I kind of feel like you were raised in kind of an old school way, you know. I almost feel like someone smoked in your house, you know. You're from that era, and it kind of has led us to rebel. You know, I kind of picture someone like a father figure, right? Someone that just kind of was stern and strict. Someone maybe who smoked. Someone who seemed like a contradiction, or seemed that there was a little bit of a double standard there, right? I don't think you were allowed every desire, every pursuit that you wanted to go after. But yet you saw other people, maybe the parental figure, maybe this father figure, who seemed like they were just kind of indulging in every habit. But yet you were kept under a little bit more strict rule, right? And so it's easy now to kind of rebel against that and say, well, I've got the means, I got the money now, I'm going to do everything that I've always wanted, right? But we've got to have this willpower, and this is the connection with the lunar energy, and that brings us also to the Princess of Cups again, because there is this sense of destiny in you. There is this sense of, what does the spirit really want? What are those spiritual desires? Not just the surface level desires and wants, you know, but a real soul desire. And that's what we have to connect to, and that's what we really, I think, what we need to fulfill. That's what we need to go after. And that everything's connected, right? Because that idea leads us back to the Queen of Pentacles and who we want to be. Is this someone who is fulfilling their deepest spiritual desires? Or is this someone who has kind of pursued every whim, every surface level desire? Right? It depends on how we see ourselves in 6 months from now. All right. We're going to switch over to the path of the serpent, and as I do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. I really do love hearing from all of you. Okay. I especially love hearing about where all of you are from. If you want to just shout out your country, city, state, whatever. It's fascinating to see how widespread the audience is. Really does. We cover the entire globe here in our community, and I really do love that. And I really do love all of you. 10 of Cups. Right, general energy. This is what I'm saying. This is like, I'm here, I can afford the buffet, I'm going to eat everything they got here. Because we're hungry, right? And I think it's because of that kind of, the way we were raised. We weren't allowed to just indulge in every single thing we wanted. Maybe even in a very kind of strict way, maybe in a contradictory way, where we saw our parents or our guardians or whatever, they were indulging their habits, you know, but we were kept very restricted. Well, now the floodgates are open, right? We've got to be careful with that. But I feel like that's how we're kind of looking at this over here. The Two of Swords, like we said, it's not this either or. It's not you either are very strict and restrained with this intense willpower and you deny yourself everything, or you let the floodgates open. It doesn't have to be that extreme either or. Okay? We're looking to transcend that, and we're looking to say, hey, I can pursue my desires and my interests. I have a higher goal in mind, but I'm not going to deny myself everything now, but I'm going to try to be smart about it. Try to take the middle road, you know. Maybe that mystery card will be the Temperance card, you know. So this is important. This is taking, making choices, taking actions on a case-by-case basis, not making some kind of, you know, overgeneralized rule. I can never do those things because I'm focused on this. let's try not to speak in absolutes. Let's not make those kind of strict rules. Let's try to be flexible. Let's try to be adapting to the situation and take things as they come. Make decisions as we need to. Okay. And of course, the difficult thing is kind of figuring out who you want to be in 6 months, because you've got the means now. Things are starting to happen, and this could be really like things at work. You're starting to get, maybe your business is taking off. You're going to start getting more revenue, more customers. Things are really picking up. Things are picking up at work. There's a lot of opportunity now, a lot of these like small victories, and we can either keep reinvesting those in order to build this really successful life according to our true will, our true spiritual desire, right? The difficult thing there is to really get a feeling of who we want to be, who we're going to be. Okay. We end with the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man it's kind of the in some ways it's the delayed gratification, but it could be complete sacrifice of one or the other, and that again, it's kind of this dualistic thinking. I either fully immerse myself in these desires, or I sacrifice all of them. Why do we have to be that dramatic? Why do we have to look at things that way? I think this card is kind of saying, again, on a case-by-case basis, we either indulge or we rise above. It's either kind of a yes or a no. It depends on the circumstances. But there is the risk here that we kind of lose the long-term success if we focus too much, if we allow ourselves to get too carried away, kind of whisked away by the river here. Yeah, if we let these floodgates open, and then I think at the end of the day, in 6 months or a year from now, we're going to think, wow, I had this opportunity and I kind of let it go to waste. Yeah. I think a lot of you have a strong connection with water. Maybe there was a lake by your house, a river. Maybe you have a strong connection with the ocean. Something like that, because I'm getting just this sense of like water flowing, I say we look at the mystery card. Let's see what this might reveal to us. Hopefully this gives us something concrete, right? 9 or a 10 of Pentacles. That's what I'm hoping for. Or the Temperance card. That would be okay. Put your prediction down in the comments. All right. Let's see what we have. Oh, we've got the World. Well, this is some of that very lucrative Earth energy, right? Because it's the world, right? It's the universe. It's Earth. It's also Saturn. Saturn's associated with this card. So it's about discipline. It's about having the entire world. And how did you get this whole world? By being discerning, by being disciplined. We don't want the strictness and the severity of Saturn, right? We don't want the complete wanton abandonment of Jupiter either. So we want kind of the good qualities of Saturn here. And maybe it's a balance. Maybe we need a little Jupiter, a little Saturn, right? We need discipline, but not too much. We need indulgence, but not too much. You've got to keep a handle on things, yeah? And you can have the entire world. That's my prediction for you for 2024. The whole world. All right. We're going to do an extended reading too, though. If you want to stick around, click on the link that's up here or down there in the video description. I'm here every day from 6 to 8 a.m. Chicago time. I hope you'll come back and see me again tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. It doesn't cost you anything at all. Yeah. And leave some comments for me. Again, I really love hearing from all of you. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.